So, my greetings to everybody. Now we come to the third force, the force of joy, regarding the four forces in cultivating diligence. And here it is first one stanza to introduce, and then a little bit more explanation. So the first stanza is stanza number 63, and in Tibetan it says Zemu dindi ndepatar di shavi lekaya lete lan shenjata leti mangam gavarshas. So in English, like those who take great pleasure in their games, whatever task the bodhisattvas do, let them devote themselves without reserve, with joyfulness that never knows satiety. So what it means to say is that, when the children play games, they enjoy playing games. They are, they just play hours and hours and untiringly and with lots of joy. They don't expect any reward for that. The joy of playing is what, the main reward is. And then that's why they never get tired, they never get, dull or bored or anything like that. They just keep on playing, and as soon as they can start to play, they just go there with, full kind of energy and joy and things like that. So therefore, for a bodhisattva to help other beings, to cultivate your positive qualities, should be taken like that. The diligence should be like that. It's a complete joy. It's just excitement, and and totally engaged in it. You are not aware of time. You are not aware of, exhaustion. You are not aware of, or you are not really seeking any kind of reward or prize or salary or anything like that. You just go in that. And this is what happens when a person, a bodhisattva, engages in, in the practice of Dharma, in the efforts to help other beings. That they see it so natural, so important to help each other, to be nice and kind to each other, to cultivate your own positive qualities within yourself, and working for the learning, to learn more and more, to train more and more, to become better and better, and then to help more and more to engage in doing something that is so exciting, that you can do something that would help somebody else and things like that. So this is that's why that's the force of joy. When you have that kind of a joy in doing positive things, then you have the force of joy. Now we go a little bit further and to kind of explain a little bit in more detail. People labor hard to gain contentment. The success is very far from sure. But how can they be happy if they do not do those deeds that are the source of joy to them? This is stanza number 64. Devi tundu lisi chong, danger munjir tolmich, kongol linya danger wa teli miji chatarde. So everybody, when they do something, they make some effort. They do it so that they have something good, something happiness or well-being or, positive result come out of that. But then there is no certainty that when you do that thing, whatever you are doing, effort, work, any hardship, anything that you make, whether that action will bring really happiness, joy, contentment, satisfaction, it will bring that or not, it's uncertain, and most of the time it does not. But we still do it. We still keep on making those jobs, making those works, making those efforts, keep on doing. But there are some things that if you do, it is certain to bring something good to you or to others. And that's the Dharma practice. That is actually helping others. So if you do something to help others, it is certain that they will be getting something good out of that, or trying to get something, some problem solved. So therefore, or if you do something on yourself, like, trying to learn more, trying to improve yourself, it's certainly that you will do that, it will happen. So when you are certain that something that is good for you and good for others, if you do cultivate that, whether it's kindness, compassion, actions of generosity, doing something, refraining, doing something negative, doing something more positive and helpful, patience and all kind of positive things. If you do, you're certain that that will be, you are doing something good that will, that will bring that some little, even if it doesn't happen, it's done with that intention of bringing joy. Great. So then, how can we be happy? How can we be joyful without doing those actions, those trainings, those practices, those help that, is directly related to bringing happiness, joy, contentment, something good for me and something good for others. For an example, we try to, earn lots of money. And then we think that if we have lots of money, we will be happy. Now first, you don't know whether the efforts you make will earn money or not, or how much. Even if we earn lots of money, we don't know whether they will really bring lots of happiness, joy, positive things or not, because sometimes you get money and then, you have lots of fear of losing them, or people come and rob you, and in the process sometimes they kill you also. So you don't even know very clearly whether that. But if I work to bring more peace of mind, then if I can bring peace of mind, then that will certainly give me happiness, joy, because that's what I need. And so instead of going around and trying to make lots of efforts to make money, or lots of money, in order to bring me peace of mind, then directly going and trying to bring peace of mind, which is more, more direct, which is more. So in the same way, so therefore, why don't we directly do that? Why don't we, do something that actually helps me to become more joyful, more happy, more positive, or do something that will directly make people a little bit, save them from their problems or miseries, or like that. And then we really, lose ourselves in that with so much joy, like, like getting engaged in a very interesting game. Now then, next is Piti sorcha donsiti nepa namji mangana nangan naman dela shivaye sonam chita chitengams. Now this is stanza number 65. And since they never have enough of pleasure, honey on the razor's edge, how could they have enough of merit, fruits of which are happiness and peace? We are always running after the pleasures of our senses. And, we are attached to something, to good taste, good sight, good, nice sound, nice touch, nice smell, etc. And when we are attached to those things and run after those pleasures, when we run after those pleasures, it gives us some pleasure, but at the same time, we get more and more attached to them. And the more we get attached, we don't get satisfaction, but more craving, more and more craving for those happens. And when we have craving, then we want again, and then we want more, and then we try to get them, and then we get lots of problems and pain and suffering. If we get them, we never get totally satisfied. It increases our craving. If we don't get them, then we are very disappointed. So therefore, even we get them, it doesn't totally bring peace and satisfaction. If we don't get them, we are very disappointed. So it's like, licking an honey on the edge of a very sharp sword. If we lick the edge or the blade of this sword, you might feel some taste of sweetness, but at the same time it will slash your tongue also, and then you have lots of pain, and even after you have, the taste of the sweetness of the honey is finished, your tongue, it will take a long time to get rid of that pain, and it's stronger. That suffering is stronger than that. So running after the pleasures of the senses is like that. So therefore, instead of doing that, if you try to bring peace to your mind, bring contentment, not craving, not increase craving, but contentment, then how could they have enough of merit, fruit of which are all happiness? And if you do positive things, good things, kindness, with compassion, kindness, helping others, helping yourself, training yourself to be better, then, it doesn't increase your craving. Maybe it is not as sweet temporarily than that sense of pleasure of the senses, but it is certain to bring something good for you, something good for others, because you are directly doing that, and then it will bring more wisdom, more your innate positive things become more and more stronger, and more and more more and more developed. So it brings peace, it brings happiness for sure, and it doesn't bring that like a blade that you are licking. So why then we are not interested in that more? Why we are not more joyful in doing that than licking honey on the edge of his blade? Then we come to the next 66, stanza number 66, which is Deti le char shin si shir yima shedu dongwa long chen chon ju tar le te la yun ju par sha. So this is stanza number 66. The elephant, tormented by the noonday sun, will dive into the water of a lake, and likewise I must plunge into my work that I might bring it to completion. So so I first find those actions or those trainings or those positive things that will bring more good to myself, more improvement of myself, and more help to the others now and in the long run. And once I find them, then I should indulge in that. I should go into it like the elephants, jump or run into the water, a cool water, when it is very hot outside, a hot and very strong sun. When there is a very strong sun and very hot climate, and there is a beautiful and cool pond, if the elephant finds that, the elephant would immediately run and enter into this pond and not get distracted by anything else. So in the same way, we should become, same kind of joyful and same enthusiasm, with the same, excitement. We should, delve into positive actions and, do positive training Dharma training, Dharma practice. And when our way of thinking and our way of doing becomes like that, then it is what we call as the force of joy. That is the. So we need to try to cultivate that. We need to bring that kind of a joy in doing positive things, and that's the real, paramita of diligence. So thank you.